The question I'm asked most frequently when people find out that I'm a baseball umpire is, why did you decide to become a baseball umpire? Yeah, there's a bit of a disconnect. People are curious, and that's a good thing. They're curious about how I got there. That's Major League Spring Training with the Mets, with a crew of all women. Yes, the first time that ever happened in Major League history. Very obscure Major League history, but it won't be the last if I have anything to say about it. People want to know how I got there from here. My twin sister and I were international debutantes. We went to private school, all-girls private school here in New York. After this episode, I went on to become a traveling troubadour for 10 years. I wound up opening shows for Bruce Springsteen and Billy Joel. I was very lucky, had a lot of fun. I needed some way to supplement my profligate lifestyle, so I went on a few quiz shows, and I was a Jeopardy champion when I was 19 years old. But all of that changed when I fell in love with baseball. And it happened when I was 27 years old. There was very little in my background that would have intimated baseball umpire, and I don't know if I would ever have thought of doing it for myself if my mother hadn't suggested it to me. It was my mother. And of course, when she did, I didn't immediately say, "That's a great idea, I'm going to do it." No, I thought she was out of her mind. And the more I thought about it, the more it seemed like something intriguing and challenging, and I've always been up for a challenge. So I started umpiring Little League, and right away I realized that there were very few other women out there umpiring, even in Little League at that time. There was one woman umpiring in professional baseball, but right now there are none. The numbers have actually regressed. They've gotten a lot worse. And it's not because there's active discrimination anymore, especially in professional baseball, because it's illegal. But there's a sense of inertia that the people that could make a difference and get women to go to the schools and get them out into professional baseball, they're perfectly happy with the status quo and they're not doing anything about it. And it's going to take somebody doing something about it for that to happen. And that's my role now. I'm doing something about it. I'm looking for women to send to the schools because they are the only conduits to professional baseball. You have to go to school. You have to place high enough in the class of 200 students. When I went to umpire school in 1982, I made my twin sister go with me because I didn't want to be the only woman in the class of 180 men. And that's usually the ratio. So getting women to the schools is my mission, if I have a mission now, because when I started umpiring, it was not as a political act. I did not think when my mother said, "This Little League is looking for umpires, why don't you try out?" I didn't think, well, you know, I'm a feminist, I'm going to burn my bra and go out there and do it. It had nothing to do with that. It was not political. It was just something that challenged me, and I quickly found out that it was fun. The branding of baseball umpiring has been all wrong for a long time. Umpiring is fun. It's a very stimulating, Zen-like thing to do, to learn how to stay composed in the middle of chaos, to learn how to communicate in a way that will defuse a potentially violent situation, very important in umpiring, how to manage a game so that it will continue even over the blips and bumps that are bound to come up, that it will come up without deteriorating into total chaos. These are very important skills, especially for girls and women. And not only are they important skills for girls and women to learn, but they're important skills for us to use because we have a lot of influence over the lives of the people that we touch, right? Everybody's got a mother, a sister, a daughter, an aunt. So I'm looking for women to send to umpire school. I'm talking about umpiring, and I can feel it in this room. You are all now interested in umpiring. Yeah, that's the purpose. Go out and talk about it. Think about it in a different way. Think about telling women that you know, I think you'd make a good umpire. That's what my mother did. I never would have thought of it if she hadn't done that. And umpiring is so important because it can change the world. You learn conflict resolution. You learn communication skills. You learn how to conduct yourself in a way that helps other people conduct themselves better. And that can end wars. There's a ripple effect from it, from learning the skills that umpiring imparts. And that's what I want to do. And please, talk about it, spread the message, spread the word. Think about doing it yourself. There might be the next Major League umpire, a woman, sitting right here in this room, or somebody that you know. And that would be the greatest thing. And if there's anything that I enjoy about what I do, it's things like going into the bathroom here and having a conversation with Elizabeth, who told me, I never thought about something like that, but it seems like it might be fun. Yes, it is. So go out and have some fun. Thank you.